What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers are clearly in the market for trying to make another trade. They got Rui Hachimura, who I think is going to be a real upgrade and a real steal for the Lakers. I think he's going to be a guy that's really going to make an impact on this team. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are playing fantastic. If they can stay healthy, this team could make some noise. The Lakers are trying to take Patrick Beverley and trying to make some type of move, likely to package Lonnie Walker. There's still always the Russell Westbrook trade where they take that, 2 first-round picks, try to go get like a big blockbuster move, like a Hornets move, or, a Detroit deal, or, one of the many trade rumors that are out there. But one of the big things that are constantly linked to the Lakers are stars, right? Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal. The list goes on and on. Basically, anytime that there is a star, period, that is even remotely linked to the Lakers or just being available to any capacity, even Trae Young recently, right? Then, of course, the Lakers are going to be that destination that gets mentioned. One, it's LA. It's the Lakers. The Lakers love the big names on the back of the jerseys. And so, of course, if they have an opportunity to go get a big star and a big name, they're going to do it. They're going to go do it. Now, personally, again, I want the depth route. I think the Lakers have shown that they're competitive enough, they're good enough, and with a healthy LeBron and AD and the right depth around them, they could really be competing for championships. If you go the 3-star route, issue is rounding out the rest of the roster, right? And especially depending on what that other star is, it has to mesh, it has to fit, has to work perfectly. It has to be somebody that can stay healthy, because Anthony Davis is probably going to miss, 40 games a season at least. LeBron James is only getting older. There's a lot of concerns and questions when it comes to like a big name player. But one player that has been mentioned since, the off season and looked at many occasions like he was on his way was Kyrie Irving. And recently, Kyrie Irving kind of put all the pressure on the Brooklyn Nets. And this is exactly what was said. So around Kyrie staying with the Lakers, I have reached out to the Nets regarding this. His agent, Stelia Irving, which is his agent and his mother, told Bleacher Report, we have had no significant conversations to date. The desire is to make Brooklyn home with the right type of extension, which means the ball is in the Nets' court to communicate now if their desire is the same. Now, for all intents and purposes, right? This just basically just said, hey, Brooklyn, what do you want to do? This is Kyrie's way out if he wants to get out. I want to preference that, right? I want that to be important, right? There is no guarantee that he's going to leave. I'm not saying that he will, and he will come to the Lakers, right? I do think if he leaves, he tries to find a way to get to the Lakers, but it also depends on the situation that the Lakers are in at the time if he does leave, right? If the Lakers go and make some significant trade, then you might not even be able to get Kyrie Irving. Now, I know a lot of people look at Kyrie and go like, well, is he really going to take the pay cut? He's not. It's not like he's going to take, the Lakers would have like $30 million, or they could get to $30 million, $32 million, but I imagine they want to re-sign Rui Hachimura. If he doesn't stay with the Brooklyn Nets, I don't see another team giving him max money. At least with the Lakers, he would make up the difference in brand deals, endorsements. LeBron might be able to help him get a shoe deal again. Like, all of those things have value, right? And it's LA, right? He has a home in LA. It's a place that he's always at. Like, I could see him going there. But what this does is this basically puts all of the pressure on Brooklyn and gives Kyrie a way out without looking like he's the bad guy, right? Hey, we've tried to reach out. They didn't have any conversations with us. We want the right extension. If they offer us the right kind of money, then yeah, we'll do it. We'll go, right? And if they don't, well, hey, I'm sorry. We wanted to do a deal. We wanted to go to this place. We wanted to stay home, right? Like that's the conversation that they could present. Now, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that the Brooklyn Nets end up extending or, re-signing Kyrie Irving. They could give him the most money, but do they want to give him a max? Do they want to be locked in? I don't see them giving him an extension during this run. And there have been some reports that say like, hey, Kyrie, the Nets intend to extend him or re-sign him. But that's also just showing face, right? Like, you, as the Brooklyn Nets, it has been such a disaster. And this is such a fragile house of cards that they are one bad day from the whole thing just tumbling down and collapsing, and all of this just being an absolute disaster, right? They've kind of already in a rough spot without Kevin Durant, but they've kind of been able to weather the storm a little bit. They haven't really been winning games, but they're not so far removed to where, like, luckily, even with their poor start, they really turned it around. Kyrie has really been good, really bought in, and really kind of seems back on the Nets side, right? It really seems to like be trying to do his best for his hometown. Now, also, they've been just a really good team, period, right? Top 5 in offense, top 10 in defense. That helped since Jacques Vaughn took over. But also, does Kyrie really, like, Kyrie and Brooklyn kind of seem like that couple that stay together for the kids, but they really don't want to be together, and they're just waiting for any excuse to break up. Like, that's kind of what this is. Like, I don't think Kyrie, I still believe absolutely loves Brooklyn and absolutely loves home, right? But I just don't think he likes the Brooklyn Nets organization. And I don't think Brooklyn Nets want Kyrie Irving or like him. I mean, they've had just such toxicity. Brooklyn has thrown him completely under the bus in every opportunity that they have gotten. And I think Kyrie, if things don't go the way that he wants it to, then I do think he would leave. Does that mean he goes to the Lakers? No, it doesn't mean he goes to the Lakers. But this is definitely something that the Lakers, I imagine, are going to keep their eyes on. And if Kyrie doesn't get an extension, then there's always the possibility he leaves. I do think that part of this season kind of feels like one last hoorah, right? And that doesn't mean that this season, like, they have to win the championship or like this team is breaking up, but I think they have to have a successful season. Because this team has been very unsuccessful since they've been put together, right? They have one playoff series win since Kyrie and LeBron and Kevin Durant got together, right? That's not good. That's not what you want to see, right? But if they, and again, not saying they have to win the championship, but like, you have to imagine that they got to at least get to like the Eastern Conference and like lose in like a tough 6 or 7, right? Like, let's say they get to the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference and they lose in just a hard fought 7. I could see these guys maybe running it back. Kevin Durant saying, okay, I'll give it one more year. Kyrie saying, you know what? Like, I'll sign like a 1-year deal. Like, let's try to see if we can get this. Maybe if we just get a piece or two here, we're there, we'll win a championship, right? But if like they lose in the first round again, then I think that's it. I think Kevin Durant's going to want out, because the whole reason Kevin Durant wanted to leave is because he didn't believe he could win there and he thought the organization was dysfunctional. And so if he, once again, they fall short, then I just don't think he's going to want to stay there. And we could be right back to last offseason, this offseason. And there is no way Brooklyn keeps Kyrie Irving if Kevin Durant leaves. Like, if Kevin Durant wants to be traded again, there's no way they keep Kyrie Irving. Again, does that mean he goes to the Lakers? Not necessarily, but like, I don't know how many other teams would be lining up to go get Kyrie Irving. Although he has really been playing great as of late, and he's shown like why he is just such an incredible talent. But I still think a lot of teams kind of know, and there's not a lot of teams that have cap space, right? Like, that's the other thing you got to keep in mind too. Like, there's not a bunch of teams that have cap space, and the teams that do have cap space, they don't want Kyrie Irving because they're all rebuilding teams. So it's not like Kyrie has a bunch of options, which may also be why Kyrie isn't going to the Lakers, right? Because if the Lakers make another move, then they don't have any cap space this offseason, and none of the teams that have cap space are going to want to sign him. So he might not have a choice but to go re-sign with the Brooklyn Nets. And I know a lot of people really want Kyrie on the Lakers. I do too. I would absolutely love Kyrie Irving to the Lakers. But I don't know if that's something that can actually happen now that they traded for Rui Hachimura. I don't think that they're going to wait around in hopes that Kyrie's coming. I just don't. Now, if you do like a specific, like let's say you did the Hornets deal, right? And you get like PJ Washington stuff. Could you work out like a sign and trade to get like maybe you send PJ Washington and Terry Rozier with like, if let's say you have both your first or at least one first, right? Could the Lakers send PJ Washington, Terry Rozier, and one first round pick to the Brooklyn Nets and a sign and trade for Kyrie Irving? Absolutely. I could see that happening. That's the only way I really see the Lakers getting a trade done. But if that's or getting Kyrie, period. Because I don't think the Lakers are going to be able to re-sign or just sign him, period. So the only way is going to have to be through a trade. So they have to end up trading for some pieces that Brooklyn would look at and go, okay, well, yeah, we would take those guys. And maybe that is Rui Hachimura. But again, I'd rather go and keep our depth and our talent, right? Like, I wouldn't want to have to give up like Rui Hachimura and, whatever, Max Christie to go sign and trade for Kyrie. Like, as much as I love Kyrie, as much as I think Kyrie would be great on the Lakers, it's just like I'd rather see what Rui and Christie could develop into and become. But if that's on the table, I think the Lakers would take it. Because it's the Lakers. Again, they love to star chase. They love to big game hunt. They love to do all those things. Because it's what the Lakers do. But I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Because, again, Kyrie Irving just put the ball, as he said, put the ball in the Brooklyn Nets court. If Brooklyn doesn't offer him a max, or to me, this looks like Kyrie's way out. To me, this looks like Kyrie just put all the pressure on the Brooklyn Nets, just completely flipped the script, and now you, take your pick. What do you want to do, guys? I'm sitting here waiting. I'm here. Are you going to give me the money? And if he ends up leaving, then he'll have his excuse. Look, I tried. I wanted to stay. I released the statement through my agent. I did everything I could. They didn't want me. Why don't they want me, man? That's what it is, right? It's just, that's the reality. How come they don't want me? That's his excuse. That's his way out. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think, yes, go and, wait for Kyrie? If you can work out a deal in the offseason for Kyrie, get Kyrie. Do you think, no, we don't need Kyrie, keep, the depth route? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comment section below.